Okay, so I am here with, what is your name?
Mary Halter.
Okay, Mary, what brought you out here today?
Actually, this is not my first time.
Okay.
I started right after the election. I was so disappointed in the way the election turned out. And I thought, okay, I'll wait till the 20th of January and find out what happened.
This is more about the issues, not sour grapes, right?
This is totally the issues. This is totally no cap and trade, no tax increases of any kind. I'm sick and tired of my money going for tax increases, and this health bill is absolutely abominable. This is ridiculous.
Not the aspect that 44 million Americans need coverage, but the way they're coming about it, or the overall thing, or.
The plan is wrong. The whole plan.
So you're not
wrong.
you're not against getting people coverage. You're against.
I honestly would not want anybody to suffer and not without health insurance. But this is not the way to go about it. I could think of a plan and write it in probably a page and a half better than this. And those people are smarter than me. They're more intelligent. That's what we're paying them for.
Well, you elected them, but did you actually dig into their intelligence?
Not real. I'm beginning to. There's maybe a few up there, but not many.
So is there anything else you'd like to say to people watching this video?
I'd like people to wake up. I'd like people to really study and wake up and really see what exactly is going to happen if this bill passes the way it is. And they have to really look at what's going on, because this is going to ruin America. This is really going to hurt us.
This one, or just collectively what's been happening?
Everything that Obama has been standing for is going to hurt us. That's my feeling.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, I am here in O'Fallon, Missouri, with Janet. Janet has organized a protest against policies coming out of Washington, D.C. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Now tell me a little bit about your organization.
Well, I'm with the St. Louis Tea Party organization. I've just volunteered this week to help organize these protests on a weekly basis each Saturday.
So this is the first day?
This is the first day.
And you're going to do this ongoing, or?
As long as we have to.
And just in O'Fallon?
Well, others might want to start other groups, but I will be working here unless the group decides to move elsewhere.
What?
But we just want to get before the public and make known the policies that are coming out of Washington.
Which policy specifically?
Specifically, the health care is a big concern because we don't know what's in it, and they're trying to very quickly push it through.
Well, not so fast now, because it has stalled out a little bit.
Well, it has slowed down a little.
But, I mean, there's 44 plus million Americans without health care. And don't you think that they're at least entitled to be able to go see a doctor?
They can go see a doctor now. That's what they do. They go to the emergency rooms. But here's the thing. In that 44 million figure, if they wanted to be honest about it, there are a lot of young people who prefer not to have health care because they're young and healthy and they don't want to put out the money. Included in those are, well, at least 10 to 20 million illegal citizens in this country.
And you think that's part of the 44 million?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've been listening to the discussions on Fox News, and people like Michelle Malkin, who are very knowledgeable and study these issues, have stated those figures.
Okay.
And I don't remember the other breakdowns, but it's distortion to use 44 million.
Okay, so what are some of the other issues that have you out here today, walking up and down the street here?
Okay. Well, for one thing, I'm very concerned for my children and my grandchildren that it appears that our country is slipping into socialism, and I would like to stop that. This is a capitalist society.
Well, are we?
Well, we're supposed
Didn't
to
October change that?
It did change that, but this president is not being honest with us.
Well, but the October was not this president. The October was Bush, and he was
Well,
Republican.
That's
He
true.
was a conservative.
He made mistakes as well, but this one is going much further, and he's changing the basic.
Well, in fairness to Barack Obama, President Obama, is he not just continuing what Bush started with trying to keep the economy floating or alive and prop it up?
No, he's trying to take over all of our companies, more aspects of our life, and is taking the freedoms away from us.
But those companies, did they not come with their hand held out asking?
I don't know. Perhaps they did, but that doesn't make it right that the government has
So
control.
your thought process is that it's capitalism. You ran your company into the ground. You just
Then
fall
they should have
apart.
gone
You
bankrupt.
fall. You bankrupt and you
And then try to come back
let
out
somebody
of it.
else come and take your place.
But the taxpayers, well, it's over now that we've already paid the bill.
Well, but they're talking about another $1 trillion stimulus plan now.
It's insanity. You know, we're having to borrow all this money from foreign countries who hate us, and all the jobs are being sucked out of this country. I just don't see a rosy future for this country unless we get things turned around. And it has to start with you and me out here saying we're very mad about this. We won't take it anymore.
Now, going back to losing jobs, what did you think about Chrysler getting the bailout from the taxpayers and then shutting down plants across the country and sending them to Mexico?
See, it's not a pretty picture. I'm not very politically savvy. I'm just a retired grandmother with 3 children and 11 grandchildren, and I just want people to wake up around this country and quit being so complacent. Stop watching whatever it is they watch.
So do you
American
consider
Idol.
this? Do you consider this another American Revolution that's happening? Because the
going
first
to.
one started in the back part of a pub in Boston, and
It's going to happen if we can get enough people to wake up.
stop being sheeple and become
Stop
people.
being sheeple and become politically aware of what's happening around us.
Now you've got. We've been out here for what, 10 minutes? I have, and probably have heard 20, 30, 40 cars honking at
Many
you.
more than that, really.
Do you think that is affirmation to your issue? That these people are agreeing, or they don't even pay attention? They're just honking.
No, they're honking because they like the message that we're sending.
Okay.
And we would love to have more people join us.
Now, do you guys have a website that people can follow to find out more about this?
Well, if they go to stlouisteaparty.com,
Okay.
and as far as these protests, if they'll go down to everyday protests and look on that, I'll be updating that each week with the next week's event and a small remark about how it went at today's demonstration.
Okay. Before we wrap this up, is there anything that you would like people watching this video to know or convey to them?
Only that I really would like to see everyone take part. I'm willing to stand out here by myself and make what statement I can make for my family, my children and grandchildren. We have got to step up and be counted and make our voices heard because they're ignoring us in Washington. And they have their own agendas, and we're just, once they're voted in, they don't care what we think. We've got to stop that.
And do you guys have any plans for a larger event at a park or anything like they had in Ellisville last Saturday?
No, this was our first effort. We'll be talking about
Right out of the gate.
it right out of the gate.
So there's future possibilities of growing the
Absolutely. I would like
protest.
to see it get very large and expand in other areas, and so that they can't ignore us, so that the news channels have to come out and pay attention to what we're doing. They couldn't ignore us anymore.